theorem says that if you have an SV group and U is the set of all finite products of H, define the relation beta in not R, in H by X beta Y if and only if X and Y belong to small u, where u belongs to capital U. Then beta star is the transitive closure of beta. An element is called, was the basic theorem for SV groups. The elements, an element is called single if its fundamental class is a singleton. It is very difficult to find the fundamental classes, and these singletons play a very important role. If you have any singleton, then we have the fundamental classes automatically. So, in a group, and if R is a partition in G, then R over R with the same operation is an HV group, and H cross R point over beta star is the fundamental group. This fact, in fact, we saw this construction before it was defined the SV relations, a weak hyperoperation, because in a paper with Corsini, we introduced the uniting element methods, and we used actually these hyperoperations, but we did not have any definition of them. Recap. We know that the quotient of a group by an invariant subgroup is a group. It is known from the classical theory. The quotient of a group by a subgroup, any subgroup, is a hypergroup in the sense of Marty. The quotient of a group by any partition now, it is HV group. So you can see that for any partitions, you have many partitions, not hyper, greater number than the hyper subgroups. Now there is a list of several definitions. For example, SV ring, in SV ring we have two hyperoperations, and the first one is weak associative, the second is reproductive, the second is a weak distributive to the first one. That means that x, y, z, intersection x, y plus x, z is not empty. And on again from the other side. You see, now have the weak axiom again here in weak distributivity. A weak commutative group is called HV model. Now we can go to stricter hyperstructures. If we have also an external hyperproduct, such that again you can see that we reformulated the axioms instead of equality to have not empty intersection. To define an HV vector space, we need HV field, but there was not a standard definition that time. Now we have a standard definition. I introduced the relation gamma star and the epsilon star. I put these names, gamma and epsilon, instead of beta. I didn't use delta because after gamma is delta in Greek alphabet, but you see there is the delta of Kroneker's, so maybe we mixed them. The fundamental relation gamma star and in HV ring and epsilon star in HV vector space are the smallest equivalences so that the quotient is a ring and a vector space respectively. The basic theorem, again, it is a repetition of the proof of the analogous theorem, the basic theorem in SV groups, is that in a ring, if U is the set of all finite polynomials, define the relation gamma by x gamma y if and only if xy is a subset of small e and where small u, where u belongs to the capital U. Then gamma star is the transitive closure of gamma. At that time, in 1990, in the Fourth AHA Congress, as I mentioned before, I introduced the general definition of the hyperfield. There was not a general definition. And here is the general definition of SV field. In an SV ring, is called SV field of SV field if the quotient, the fundamental group, is a field. This is the general definition of SV field, of hyperfield. Yeah, I mentioned this, that you see these numbers are called, these elements are called hyper numbers. And there in this hyperfield, there is no unit element, there is no inverses, and so on. But there are classes that are, it is playing the role of the unique element, and for every one class, fundamental class, there is the inverse element, and so on. We can give also very strict hyper structures that are used in physics, in hadronic mechanics, as we can see these days. So, for example, an SV vector space, and if phi is the canonical map, omega is the kernel of this, and we can take the bracket hyper operation to obtain an HV Lie algebra over F. And again, the new axioms, instead of equality, we have these non-empty intersections to define the HV Lie algebra, which is the most general definition of these hyperstructures. And now let us speak about special weak HV structures and representations. One is that we have the P hyper product. That means that in a group with, if we take any subset, we can define hyper operation, the P hyper operation. They are used in physics, in hadronic mechanics, but since they need to have a single unit element, then we have a new formulation of this to obtain the PE hyper product. That means only xy if x equals to E or y equals to E is the normal operation, and the other results are x p y. Another large class is that if you have any map in a groupoid, then we define the like derivative theta, we say theta hyper product. That means that x theta y is a set fx times y, and the other element is x f of y. That looks like the derivative, that the property we have in derivative, but we put both of them in the same set, in the same result. Now, we can enlarge with operations. That means we can put special elements, every one element in previous one operation or hyper operation. So we can enlarge one or more results, and if we enlarge only one result in an operation, then we have a very thin enlarged hyper operation. This is more interesting because we can restrict ourselves in small results. We can see several constructions. We can see how we can find a lot of HV fields. I put some examples here, HV fields, because in hadronic mechanics, they need some hyperstructures to apply it in Lie admissible Lie Santilli theories, and they need special hyper numbers, and we can keep them. There is another theory about representation. This a generalization of representation theory, but only few results we have here. So an HV matrix is a matrix with entries from an HV field. The hyperproduct of HV matrices, again in the same way as in the classical theory we use, but you can see we have AB is matrices H and B, and the result is something complicated. But we always use the n-ary circle hyperoperation. The matrix representation is a map where again we have this property that means tough T H1 H2 intersection T H1 T H2 is not empty. We have special cases, and we have a basic theorem on this theory. That means that a necessary condition to have an inclusive representation is that for every fundamental class, they must exist an element for which we have T of a beta star of all this class is again inside of this class. All elements from the same class have results in the same set, in the same class. I think I gave a big introduction. Now in my talk, I focus in ideals, but it is a natural way to introduce these 8 ideals from the classical one by changing, putting the weak hyperoperations. So, for example, we have to define a left HV ideal in an HV ring is an HV subgroup of the additive HV group of R, and such that Ri is a subset of I. This is the same exactly. We have some properties on them, generalizing the classical structures. So, for example, we have again some definitions about the hyperproducts of two ideals and how they can be constructed. We have less result in ideals, and of course, it is an open problem to find more results focusing in special classes of hyperstructures, not the whole weak hyperstructures, but if you have special elements in these hyperstructures. We have a ring homomorphism, and we have also some properties in this for ideals that how to say, the ideal property is transferred by homomorphism. The fundamental very thing is the ideals. The ASV structures have application with runs from hadronic physics, biomathematics, and linguistics, to mention but a few. And this is so because there are two main reasons. First, from the proofs of the main theorems on the fundamental relation, we obtain a procedure called judging from the result proof, which looks like proof in we have a reductio ad absurdum. This is a new proof. Second, an advantage of ASV structures representation is the enlargement of classical structures, which are formulated via weak hyperoperation, weak actions. The interesting enlargement of a structure is the following. Enlarge a structure adding only one element on only one result. That it is called the very thin ASV structure, in order to reduce the huge number of results, the huge sets in the results. The ASV structures applied to standard models. So, for example, we have some applications in leptons. Maybe Professor Davas will speak about this. The ASV structures offer very very applied models, how to say. For example, the Lee-Santilli isotheory hydraulic mechanics, they used a lot of axioms, but I have to mention here that you see, if some science from physics ask for axiom, he afraid maybe we don't find the appropriate model in hyperstructure. But the opposite, if he give us an axiom or more axiom, it is very easy for us to do the model, because we reduce the huge number of models from the list of weak hyperstructures. So we gave him the E hyper numbers as it was, but the main construction is only to enlarge only one result. It is very important. So they normally keep all the other properties easily. We transfer this also in so-called F ideals. The examples are the usual one. For example, you see in a book with Professor Davas, you have many applications, and this is an application blood types of parents and the blood types of their child, and this is the results. The results, I mean, of this operation are presented from the scientists in this topic. We have several other application, but we have also other hyper operations like the helix one, and we have ideals, ASV ideals on them. I will not take into account several results because I ran out of time. And going for conclusions, I have this one. To go from structure to weak hyperstructure, there are two generalizations. First, to enlarge the underlying set. And second, to enlarge at least one result. The fundamental relations connect by quotient the ASV structures to the corresponding classical ones. The most useful in application is to enlarge structures using elements from the same fundamental class. So we do not disturb the weak hyperstructures. This frame will introduce and study in this frame the ASV ideals, which we call F ideals, that we have enlargements in the same fundamental class. The topic needs further study since you can use the several applied sciences as in hadronic mechanics, biomathematics, even in arts. Thank you very much for your invitation. I am not happy I didn't visit your beautiful country. I went only in the north in Nepal, but not in India up to now. Thank you very much. I think I am in the time.
Thank you very much, Professor Vuciuclis, for your interesting talk. And I wish to ask if there are any questions for our speaker. If not, thank you again. It was a pleasure to see you at this conference and hope to see you again in person, other occasions.
I don't know if there is a statement in the program about the talk of Davos or not. It is the same as in the schedule. I don't know who can ask the organizers.
For Greece hour at 11:30. That means 2 p.m. in India. It will be the conference of Professor Bijan Davas, and you are the moderator.
Okay. Okay. So there is no change, any changement. Okay.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So see you later.
Thank you very much. Let us hear.
Yeah. Thank you, Professor Valta and Professor Thomas Wojciechowski for a wonderful talk. And after 15 minutes, we will start the formal inauguration function. So please join for this inaugural function. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Please join for the inaugural function. Yes.
Εγώ νόμιζα ότι να υπάρχει, όχι. Αλλά πώς κλείνει αυτό τώρα? Δεν έχω βγει ακόμα.
ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇದೆರಡನ್ನು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹೀಗೆ ಇದು ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಇದು ಲೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹೀಗೆ ಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಹೀಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದೊಂದು ಅಂದಾಜು ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೀಗೆ ಸೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಝೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಫುಲ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. Video is
Good morning, esteemed guests, professors, and students. It's my great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to 16th International Conference on Algebraic Hyperstructures and their applications, organized by the School of Basic Sciences, Humanities and Management, Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Manipal. Myself, Dr. Soumya KV, Faculty of Mathematics, will be serving as the Master of Ceremony for today's program and will guide you through the sequence of the events. On this momentous occasion, I request Dr. Kedukudi Babushri Srinivas, convener of the conference, to kindly escort the dignitaries. Dr. Chandrakala CB, Joint Director, MIT Manipal, Dr. Sudha D. Kamath, Dean, School of Basic Sciences, Humanities and Management, Dr. Bhavanari Satyanarayana, retired professor, Acharya Nagarjuna University, Andhra Pradesh, to the dais, please. Thank you, sirs and madams. May we begin with an invocation to seek the blessings of Almighty. I request Ms. Lavanya, research scholar, to kindly render the invocation. Kindly remain seated. ಚರಣ ಕಮಲಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮಿಸಿ ಬೇಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವೆ ದೇವನೇ ಚರಣ ಕಮಲಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮಿಸಿ ಬೇಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವೆ ದೇವನೇ ಕರುಣಿಸಯ್ಯ ದೀನಬಂಧು ಕರುಣಿಸಯ್ಯ ದೀನಬಂಧು ಜೀವಕೋಟಿ ಕಾವನೆ ಚರಣ ಕಮಲಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮಿಸಿ ಬೇಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವೆ ದೇವನೇ ನಿನ್ನ ನಾಮ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮರೆಯದಂತೆ ಕರುಣಿಸು ನಿನ್ನ ನಾಮ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮರೆಯದಂತೆ ಕರುಣಿಸು ಕಷ್ಟ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈಯ ಬಿಡದೆ ಪಾರುಗಾಣಿಸು ಕರ್ತ ನಿನ್ನ ಕೃಪೆಯು ಒಂದೇ ಕರ್ತ ನಿನ್ನ ಕೃಪೆಯು ಒಂದೇ ಸಕಲ ಸುಖದ ಸಾಧನೆ ಕರುಣಿಸಯ್ಯ ದೀನಬಂಧು ಕರುಣಿಸಯ್ಯ ದೀನಬಂಧು ಜೀವಕೋಟಿ ಕಾವನೆ ಚರಣ ಕಮಲಗಳಿಗೆ ನಮಿಸಿ ಬೇಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವೆ ದೇವನೇ ಬೇಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವೆ ದೇವನೇ. Thank you, Miss Lavanya, for that soulful prayer. It's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Sudha D. Kamath, Professor and Dean of the School of Basic Sciences, Humanities and Management at MIT Manipal. Dr. Kamath completed her master degrees from Karnataka University, Dharwad, and earned her PhD from Mahe Manipal in 2009. A distinguished academic leader and researcher, she has made significant contribution to teaching, research, and doctoral mentorship. Her work in glass science and spectroscopy, particularly in rare earth doped glasses, has earned her numerous accolades, including the Best Research Award of the Institute in 2024. Through her research publication, patents, and academic leadership, Dr. Kamath continues to inspire students and faculty alike. Now, I request Dr. Sudha D. Kamath to formally welcome the gathering.
Thank you, Dr. Soumya, for a nice introduction of me. Good morning to everyone present here. Warm greetings for the day. I'm Dr. Sudha Kamath, Dean, the School of Basic Sciences, Humanities and Management. Take this opportunity to welcome you all to this inaugural session of 16th International Conference on Algebraic Hyperstructures and their Application AHA 2026. First of all, it gives me profound happiness to welcome Chief Guest of this AHA 2026, our beloved Joint Director, Dr. Chandrakala Madam. Thank you, Madam, for considering our request to be the Chief Guest of this AHA 2026 and taking time out of your busy schedule and gracing this occasion and kind support in all our school activities. A warm welcome, young madam. I extend a very warm welcome to guest of honor of this inaugural session of AHA 2026, Professor Satyanarayan Bhavani, Acharya Nagarjuna University, Andhra Pradesh. Thank you, sir, for consenting to be the guest of honor of this inaugural session of AHA 2026 and being part of this inaugural session and gracing this occasion. Warm welcome, sir. I take this opportunity to welcome and also congratulate Associate Dean of the School of Basic Sciences, Humanities and Management, Dr. Kuncham Shamprasad, who is instrumental in organizing this AHA 2026 edition at MIT Manipal this year, and also his team members, Dr. Babushree Srinivas, Dr. Hari Krishnan PK, and Dr. Kavita, for organizing this event. It is through their hard work and commitment we have realized this AHA 2026 at MIT Manipal. Thank you, sir and madam. I welcome all distinguished resource persons of international and national repute who joined offline and online this inaugural session of AHA 2026. I extend a very warm welcome to all management and non-teaching staff to this inaugural session of AHA 2026. Now coming to this 16th International Conference on Algebraic Hyperstructures. As you all know, now mathematics, it is considered as language of science and technology. And in recent years, technology has been evolving in an unprecedented pace, driven by the rapid advancements happening in the mathematics-based fields such as cryptography, group theory, artificial intelligence, then cyber security, etc. And due to the rapid advancements in these mathematics-based fields, today's electronic gadget become outdated tomorrow, and its newer edition and advanced version will enter the market tomorrow. And also the comforts, convenience that we are enjoying in day-to-day life, it is due to the result of the rapid advancements that have happened and also happening in this mathematics-based fields such as cryptography, artificial intelligence, then group theory, etc. Also, we cannot imagine our day-to-day life, modern life, without the electronic gadgets such as computers, smartphones, TVs, refrigerators, where the technologies such as artificial intelligence, cryptography have been incorporated to get multiple outputs using single output. So as the technology advances, we have to keep updating our knowledge, and also we have to align our knowledge with latest technological developments happening in these rapidly advancing fields such as artificial intelligence, cryptography, etc., so that we can inspire our students with latest news and also latest developments happen in these rapidly advancing fields like cryptography, artificial intelligence, etc. So by considering all these facts, this 16th International Conference on Algebraic Hyperstructures and Applications has been organized with a purpose to bring all researchers, national and international repute, working in the mathematics-based fields such as algebraic hyperstructures, cryptography, artificial intelligence onto a single platform and to foster the connectivity, networking, cross-linking them within them, and also to strengthen the academia industry engagements in these rapidly evolving fields such as cryptography, artificial intelligence, etc. Now let me utilize because Dr. Babu Shri Srinivas is giving an overview of this conference later. So let me utilize this opportunity to give a brief report on the academic and industry means research activities of our school, Basic Science, Humanities and Management. Our school comprises 4 distinct domains: physics, chemistry, mathematics, humanities and management. And now our school has become the center of excellence in UG and PG programs. We have offered 2 UG programs, standalone programs, UG program mathematics and computing. Another one is computer science and finance technology. Apart from that, many PG programs, MSc in physics, MSc in applied mathematics and computing, MSc in chemistry, and one integrated MTech program in entrepreneurship. And also we are offering the PhD programs in diverse fields of physics, chemistry, mathematics, and humanities and management. There are 130 faculty members, highly qualified, dedicated, committed faculty. All are very good research and almost all have doctorates, and each faculty is guiding on an average 3 to 4 research scholars. And also one more point I would like to share with you that our school has an inbuilt legacy of very strong research excellence in terms of number of published papers and patents applied, granted, and also the grants that we have received from external funded agencies such as ANRF, then DST, SCRB, VGST, PRNS, etc. I'm very happy to share with you that till date we have received more than 50 externally funded projects and more than 30 crores funds from these funded agencies. So the ambience of our school for academic and research, it is very, very conducive and positive. More than 350 research scholars, they are pursuing PhD in diverse fields of physics, chemistry, mathematics, and humanities and management. So as I just mentioned, we are offering PhD programs in these fields now: physics, chemistry, mathematics, humanities, and management. And this is fully sponsored by the institute. It is called Dr. TMA Structural PhD program. Here, each admitted candidate will get on an average salary 35,000 for 3.5 years. Apart from that, our Mahi University has set up 2 research centers. One is Central Instrumentation Facility, another one is Central Analytical Instrumentation Facility. These 2 centers have been completely furnished with high-end instrumentations needed to carry out quality research, good research in the campus. And also now with this, and also Mahe has implemented several pro-research schemes like conference emoluments to PhD students, PG students, faculty members, then support to purchase chemicals and consumables, then incentive points for each published paper. So with this, once again, I am congratulating and thanking Dr. Kuncham Shamprasad and his team members, Babu Shri Srinivas, Dr. Kavita and Dr. Hari Krishna for organizing this 16th edition of AHA 2026 at MIT. And also I'm requesting all participants actively participate in all technical sessions, interact, associate with the resource persons, with your peers also. Don't limit your interactions, associations only for 3 days. Means this conference days. Take it to next level after going back to your hometown also. If your research interest, if you feel that if it aligns with a faculty or a resource person, be in touch with them and establish collaborative research with your peers. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, madam, for the warm welcome. Very cordial welcome to you as well. We also extend our heartfelt floral welcome to our distinguished speaker joining us in person. We are truly honored by your presence and sincerely grateful for your valuable participation. We now proceed with the lighting of the lamp, a traditional symbol of knowledge, wisdom, and enlightenment. May I respectfully invite our distinguished chief guest, guest of honor, and other dignitaries on the dais to kindly come forward for the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. Further, may I invite Dr. Kuncham Shamprasad, Associate Dean of the School of BSHM, to grace the occasion and join the ceremony. Thank you, esteemed dignitaries. We will now play a special video message from Professor Bijan Davas, Yaz University, Iran. May I request all the dignitaries to kindly remain seated in the front row until the video presentation concludes. Thank you.
Yeah, before the video is played, I'll just mention a few words about Professor Bijan Davas. It is my great pleasure to say a few words about Professor Bijan Davas, a world-renowned mathematician and an expert in algebraic structures. Professor Davas is a distinguished faculty member of Yazd University, Iran, and he is widely recognized for his pioneering contributions to hyperstructures, algebraic systems, which gave rise to applications in various areas, including theoretical computer science, information and decision sciences, and soft computing. With over 12 plus authored books, over 19,000 citations, and H index of 62, I-10 index of 407, Professor Davas is currently ranked among the top mathematicians in Iran. We had a close association with Professor Davas, who visited MIT Manipal a couple of times and in the past for the conferences, and also invited us and gave us a chance to visit Yazd University, Iran. Professor Davas often called us as his friends, and we are truly honored and proud to have such an outstanding mathematician and a wonderful human being as our friend. Although Professor Davas could not join us live, he has gracefully shared a recorded video message for all of us. Let us now watch his opening remarks.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear colleagues, friends, and students, good morning and welcome to the 16th International Conference on Algebraic Hyperstructures and Applications. It is a great pleasure for me to see so many researchers, professors, and students from different countries gathered here today. I would like to begin by thanking the organizing committee, the scientific committee, and all those who work hard to make this conference possible. Before I continue, I would like to remember Professor Corsini, the founder of this conference series. Through his vision and dedications, he created a scientific forum that brought together researchers working on algebraic hyperstructures from different parts of the world. Many of us had the privilege of knowing him personally and benefiting from his friendship, encouragement, and scientific contributions. We remember him with great respect and thankfulness, and we are proud to continue the tradition that he started. This conference series is one of the results of the efforts of researchers such as Professor Corsini and many others who helped build our scientific community. Today, our community has grown significantly, and researchers from all over the world are contributing the development of this field. One of the most beautiful aspects of mathematics is that new ideas often begin from simple questions. Hyperstructure theory started as a natural generalization of classical algebra. Over the years, it has developed in a rich and active area of research, connecting different branches of mathematics and finding applications in many other fields. Today, research on hypergroups, hyperrings, hyperfields, fuzzy hyperstructures, and n-array hyperstructures continue to expand. We are also seeing increasing interactions between hyperstructure theory and areas such as computer science, artificial intelligence, information sciences, and decision-making systems. This conference is more than a place to present papers. It is an opportunity to exchange ideas, learn from each other, build new collaborations, and strengthen old friendship. Many successful research projects begin with a simple discussion during a conference. Therefore, I encourage all participants, especially young researchers, to take advantage of every opportunity to interact with colleagues from different countries and backgrounds. I would like to say a few words to our students and young researchers. The future of these fields is in your hands. Although much has been achieved, many interesting problems remain open. There are still many questions to answer and many theories to develop and many applications to discover. As someone who has spent many years working in this area, I am very optimistic about the future of algebraic hyperstructures. The field continues to grow, new directions continue to appear, and new generations of researchers continue to bring fresh idea and energy. Let us use this conference to share knowledge, start new collaborations, and explore new research directions together. I wish all of you a successful conference, fruitful discussions, and a pleasant stay. Thank you very much for your attention, and once again, welcome to the 16th International Conference on Algebraic Hyperstructures and Applications.
On behalf of the organizing committee, we extend our sincere gratitude to Professor Bijan Davas for his inspiring video message and his valuable words of encouragement. We are truly honored by his support and by the time he has taken to address this conference. Thank you, sir. May I now request all the esteemed dignitaries to kindly proceed to the dais and take their seats. We shall now continue with the next segment of the program. Now, Dr. Kuncham Shamprasad, Associate Dean of School of Basic Sciences, Humanities and Management, will give an overview of the conference AHA 2026.
Good morning, everyone. Dignitaries on the dais, Chief Guest Dr. Chandrakala CB, Joint Director, Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal. Guest of Honor, Professor Bhavanari Satyanarayana, sir, a retired professor from Acharya Nagarjuna University, Andhra Pradesh. President of today's function, Dr. Sudhadi Kamal, Dean, School of Basic Sciences, Humanities and Management, Manipal Institute of Technology, Manipal. And my colleague, Dr. K.V. Srinivas. Distinguished invited speakers, delegates, faculty members, research scholars, students, ladies and gentlemen. So it's my privilege to present the brief overview about the 16th International Conference on Algebraic Hyperstructures and Applications. Professor Davas already mentioned many things about this conference and what is the importance of this conference. I just tell you a few points about this. The conference is being organized by the School of Basic Sciences, Humanities and Management at Manipal, and it's also jointly associated with the CARAMS, Center for Advanced Study in Applied Mathematics and Statistics, Mahe Manipal. It is to be held between 30th June and the 3rd July. So it is organized in hybrid mode due to the travel restrictions in many of the countries. AHA conference is organized under the auspicious umbrella of the International Algebraic Structures Association, and it has been started in the year 1978, and for every 3 years this conference is being held. Algebraic hyperstructures is the natural example of the classical algebraic structures, as Professor Davas has mentioned. And in an algebraic structure, if you look at the combination of two elements, you give a single element as an output, but whereas in hyperstructures, it will give you more than one element. That means it forms a set. This is the intuitive example. And the broader framework has opened for many concepts, directions of new research and applications in uncertainty, approximation theory, rough set theory, and computer science, intelligent systems, and many sciences. Coming to the conference, we are privileged to have eminent mathematicians and researchers from India and abroad, and particularly the distinguished speakers from Italy, joined from Italy, Greece, the Czech Republic, Slovakia, Iran, Romania, Slovenia, South Africa, and United Arab Emirates, Turkey, and Jordan, and the various part of India. Their expertise and the experience will greatly enrich the scientific deliberations during the conference. So the conference has received around 60 abstracts, including 20 invited talks and 40 short communication presentations from researchers representing several countries and from India. So the enthusiastic participation reflects the growing interest and importance of algebraic hyperstructures and their applications. We are also happy that the conference is supported by ANRF and the CSR, Government of India funding agencies. On behalf of the organizing committee, I express my heartfelt gratitude to the management of MAHE and the leadership MIT and the International Algebraic Hyperstructures Association and the CARAMS for giving me this opportunity. Also thank the invited speakers, delegates, sponsors, and members of the organizing committee. I'm sure that the next 4 days will provide an excellent opportunity to learn and exchange ideas and build new collaborations among the researchers. I wish all the delegates a successful conference and a pleasant stay at Manipal. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the insightful overview of the conference. I now call upon Dr. Sujata HS, Faculty of Mathematics, to introduce our distinguished chief guest, Dr. Chandrakala CB, to the audience.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Chandrakala CP, the Joint Director of Manipal Institute of Technology, Mahe, Manipal, and Associate Professor in the School of Computer Engineering. Dr. Chandrakala holds a BE degree in Electronics and Communication Engineering and MTech in Software Engineering, both from the Sri Jayachamarajendra College of Engineering, Mysore, and a PhD from Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Manipal. Her research interests include blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, distributed systems, speech processing, and computer networks. Madam has published more than 30 research papers in reputed international journals and conferences. Dr. Chandrakala previously served as Assistant Director at Academics, where she made significant contribution to enhancing academic quality, teaching, and research. As Joint Director, she continues to inspire and promote innovation, research, and academic excellence at MIT. We are honored to have her with us today at this international conference. Ma'am, I now request you to kindly address the gathering. Thank you.
Namaskara. A very good morning to everyone present here. Due respects to all the significant and distinguished experts who are present in the audience, both online and offline. And Dr. Satnarayan sir, Dr. Sudha ma'am, Dr. Kuncham sir, and Dr. Babushri sir. Very warm welcome and good morning to everyone. It's truly a pleasure to be part of this inauguration of 16th International Conference on Algebraic Hyperstructure and their applications. And they're calling it as AHA 2026. The word itself is very interesting. AHA matlab you're very much happy and you're enjoying it. I feel genuinely happy to be associated with this academic gathering because events like this, what they reflect is the true spirit of our own institution, where ideas are shared and learning basically continues beyond classroom. Because we say at MIT we are emphasizing on experiential learning, which is the basic need of the hour. And before I continue, I also say that the era wherein we are standing in or we are in, it's a digital transformation era. And every transformation which is happening is basically raising a question, what way we need to move ahead? What is the way we need to strategize the way the education has to be provided? Now, when it comes to these things, I think the only answer what we have right now is experiential learning. Have a relevant skill building happening with each of the graduates and have a expertise associated with each of them so that they stand in pace with whatever transformation is happening. They can adapt fast and also they can survive the kind of challenges what is being posed by these digital transformation. At MIT Manipal, we stand very clear about our vision, that is to nurture excellence in education, encourage meaningful research, and also prepare our students and faculties to contribute responsibly to the society. MIT has done it very consistently by creating opportunities for interdisciplinary learning by supporting research at different levels. We have an ecosystem which supports all these things. And by building a space where both students and the faculty can explore, question, and I say innovate also. And who is going to be the source of all these things? Obviously, the first support is from the ecosystem. Ecosystem comprises of almost all the, starting from the leadership level to the faculty and the student. And that is where we stand apart when we look at our own status as an institute of eminence. I feel this conference is a good reflection of that sort of a vision, what we are talking about. A subject like algebraic hyperstructures, it feels very highly specialized when I'm looking at, isn't it? Now, but I feel it reminds me that mathematics is going to be continuing to shape our understanding of structures, patterns, and of course, the application in the real world. I feel this is going to be an sort of an apt concept or a title what has been taken up and aligned with this year's conference. I would like to appreciate the organizers for having that thought. I would like to congratulate the organizers for putting up such an conference. Congratulate School of Basic Sciences for hosting and organizing such a conference. And I would take this opportunity also to warmly welcome each and every participant who is present here and also who have joined online. The scholars were part and integral part of such kind of activities and events. I'm sure the discussions or the kind of interactions what you're going to be having during these 4 days of conference will be valuable, inspiring for at least few, and very productive for the students and the faculty who have been associated with this specific conference. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam, for your enlightening and inspiring address. Your valuable insights have undoubtedly motivated all of us. I now invite Dr. Kavita Koppula, Faculty of Mathematics, to introduce our distinguished guest of honor, Dr. Bhavanari Satyanarayana, to the audience.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to introduce today's function guest of honor, Professor Dr. Bhavanari Satyanarayana. Dr. Bhavanari Satyanarayana is a retired professor at the Department of Mathematics, Acharya Nagarjuna University, Andhra Pradesh. He secured second rank in MSc Mathematics in the year 1979. He has been awarded CSIR, JRF, SRF, UGC Research Associate, CSIR Pool Officer. He has published about 63 research papers in algebra, fuzzy algebra, and graph theory in reputed national and international journals. He has co-authored and edited about 33 books, including a book, Discrete Mathematics and Graph Theory. He was a selected scientist by Hungarian Academy of Sciences, Budapest, and UGC New Delhi in the year 2003. He was a principal investigator of 3 major research projects sponsored by UGC New Delhi. He is a fellow AP Academy of Sciences and AP Scientist Awardee for the year 2009. He has supervised 6 doctoral theses and 10 MPhil degrees. He was a visiting fellow at TIFR Bombay in the year 1989. He has visited various countries including Austria, Hong Kong, South Africa, etc. For the collaborative research work. He was an elected president of the Association for Improvement of Mathematics Education, AFI. He is an honorary editor for the 2 mathematical periodicals, Ganita Chandrika and Ganita Vahini, published from Andhra Pradesh. His awards include Glory of India Award, Rajiv Gandhi Excellence Award, Bharat Vikas Ratan Award. He is a life member of 10 professional and academic organizations. He has 33 years of postgraduate teaching experience. With this brief introduction, I request Professor Bhavanari sir to address the gathering. Thanks.
Thank you, Madam Kavita garu, for introducing me. Namaskar to Sabha Saraswati, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais. On this August occasion, I feel proud to be here, standing in front of you. Regarding this institute and my relation with this institute, I have visited this institute first time in 1986 while attending Ramanujan Mathematical Society conference. Really, I inspired much at the time. I am expressing my idea about institute every year to my students. A student of 1992-94 batch of our university inspired much to my words, and finally he got a placement here in 2001, none other than our Kuncham Samprasad. After some time, I am the co-guide for Babu Sri Srinivas for his PhD. Since 2001, because of my projects, I came here for joint research work, and because I am co-guide for Srinivas, and many international national conferences will be held here. Yearly, sometimes I visited 6 times also. Till today, I feel proud to say not less than 100 times I visited this institute. And not only that, my son, Dr. Mallikarjun, he got placement here as assistant professor 3 years back. So my continuous relationship with this institute, and also this institute established in 1957, and my birth year also 1957. I feel proud to say. Coming to this conference, subject algebra, all of us know that algebra is base for development for all other branches of mathematics, no doubt at all. Even though you say 2 plus 3 equal to 5, it is algebra. Whenever you use symbols, algebraic symbols, multiplication or addition, then it is an algebra. I think all of school children also know. As per American Mathematical Society, there are more than 800 branches in mathematics. Applications of algebra become a part of our daily life. For example, Boolean algebra, which was developed by George Boole in 1847, is the base for today two-state devices such as calculator, cell, computer, switching circuits, printer, and so on. Algebra presently playing a vital role in developing subjects like network security, algebraic coding theory, artificial intelligence, and computer science, and so on. Let us come to Department of Mathematics. This department conducting several conferences at national and international level. Mass conferences provide platforms to the like-minded mathematicians to meet, discuss, and share their ideas for the development of research in mathematics in particular, and the development of society in general. While conducting conferences, this department inviting eminent algebraists at international level. This AHA International Conference started in 1978 in Italy, and just now I have seen Corsini, Professor Corsini, editor for several journals from Italy. He is the founder of conference of this series. I congratulate the Mahe School of Basic Sciences, the organizing committee, for conducting AHA 2026. I wish the event a grand success, and thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your thoughtful and inspiring words. We are truly grateful for your valuable insight and encouragement. As we come to the close of this inaugural session, it is time to express our heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to making this event a successful. I now invite the convener of the conference, Dr. Kedukudi Babushi Srinivas, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, respected dignitaries on and off the dais. As we conclude this inaugural session of the 16th International Conference on Algebraic Hyperstructures and its applications, it is my pleasure to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I express my sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Chandrakala CB, for gracing this occasion and inspiring us, reminding us of the AHA moments, which we very much get once we are interested in research. Thank you, madam. I extend my heartfelt thanks to guest of honor, Dr. Bhavanari Satyanarayana, for his visual valuable insights and encouragement to us. Thank you, sir. My special thanks goes to President of this function, Dr. Sudhadi Kamat, Dean SBHM, for her constant support for this conference. I also thank Dr. Kuncham Shamprasad, Associate Dean, for his overview of this conference and for leading the conference organizing committee. A very special note of thanks goes to Professor Bijan Dawas, one of the world's leading researchers in hyperstructure theory, for his warm opening remarks. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to all our plenary speakers, invited speakers, and contributory session speakers who have traveled from different regions and who are sharing their expertise and latest research findings during this conference. To all the participants, researchers, faculty members, scholars, and students, thank you for your enthusiastic presence and active involvement. We gratefully acknowledge and the support of MAHE for encouraging and facilitating research activities of this nature. A special word of thanks is due to Commander Dr. Anil Rana, Director MIT, whose unwavering support and encouragement has been instrumental in making this conference possible. Our sincere appreciation goes to Dr. Nagaraj Katagi, Deputy Chief Warden, for making excellent accommodation arrangements for our guests and participants. We thank Mr. Satish Kamath for his team for providing seamless IT support throughout the event. We are also grateful to KEF for generously providing the auditorium for the inauguration function and the facilities for these morning sessions. I thank Government of India funding agencies, ANRF and CSIR for their generous support and encouragement. I also wish to thank Mrs. Lavanya for nice invocation for today's proceedings. I take this opportunity to thank every member of the organizing committee, volunteers, staff members, and all those working behind the scenes whose dedication and hard work have made this conference a reality. With these few words, enjoy the conference. Have a wonderful time ahead. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. With this, we conclude the inaugural session of the 16th International Conference on Algebraic Hyperstructure and their applications. On behalf of the organizing committee, I extend my sincere thanks to our distinguished guests, speakers, delegates, faculty members, researchers, students, and all those who have joined us today. Thank you. Refreshments have been arranged outside the venue.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ ಇದಲ್ಲ
The lunch time we could not arrange to eat except that the only Tetra Pak we kept. So just and usually I want yeah. That range we can ask them to print it and if they are telling okay, they will print it what is service. But
ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು
ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡಿ
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಬಟನ್ ಇದೆ